Hello, and welcome to Foundations for Algebra, Unit 3A, Lesson 2. Today's objective is scholars will understand square roots and use them to solve real-world problems. You should be completing your notes as we go. So the first thing we are asked to do is find the area of each square. So I have 4 squares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, each with different side lengths. And I am being asked to find the area of each square. So the first thing I need to remember is, how do I find the area of each square? Well, remember, to find the area of a square, it equals my side length squared. So, for this first one, this blue one, my side is 4 centimeters. If I square that, remember, squaring just means times itself. So that is 4 times 4, which gives me 16, and then I also square my units. Centimeters squared. If I look at my next one, my side is 5. Ooh, that's the wrong color. Sorry. My side is 5 meters. Again, I'm just going to square it or multiply it times itself. So 5 times 5 gives me 25 meters squared. Next, I have my purple one. So that one is 12 millimeters. So I have to square that. So 12 times 12 gives me 144 millimeters squared, or square millimeters. And the last one is this green one. My side is 9 yards, so I've got 9 yards squared. 9 times 9 gives me 81 square yards. Not too hard, right? What if instead of finding the area, I'm giving you the area and asking you to find the side length? So when we were finding the area, all we did was we said the area equals my side length squared. The opposite of squaring something is called taking its square root. So my side length is equal to the square root of the area. Okay, so you notice that is the symbol for square root. It looks sort of like your division symbol, but it isn't. So let's look at this first one. Here I know that my area is 36 centimeters. So I'm going to find the square root of 36. So square root just means what number times itself. You can put this in your calculator, or you can just know that 6 times 6 is 36, so the square root of 36 is 6. And then I take the square root of my unit, so it was centimeters squared, so this becomes 6 centimeters. Here, this one is 64 centimeters. Again, I'm just going to take the square root of 64. What number times itself equals 64? Well, that is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. So this is simply 8 centimeters. Here I have 100. So again, I take the square root. The square root of 100 is 10, because 10 times 10 equals 100. So it's 100 centimeters. And then this last one, I'm going to find the area of one that has a area of, the side is, well, this area is 75. So I take the square root. If you put this in your calculator, you're going to get 8 point something, probably about 8.6 or so. But this the square root of 75 is actually the exact answer. So this is the square root of 75. That is our better answer. So now let's look at this. What is the relationship between the side length of a square and its area? So, if we know the side length, we find the area by squaring it. And by the way, that's why it's called squaring, is we just take the side length and square it. Take it to the second power. So the side length squared. Not too bad. If we know the area, we find the side length by taking the square root. We take the square root of the area. So let's look at this square here. My area is 16 yards. So I would take the square root of 16 to get the side. Or I could take the side and square it, 4 squared, to find the area. So depending which one you have, you can find the other, no problem. So let's look at a real world problem where we might use this. So here I have the area of a garden. I'm fencing off an area of my garden to make a square garden, area of my yard to make a square garden. I have 20 feet of fencing to create the garden. What is the area of the largest square garden that I can make? Okay, so let's think about this. I'm going to draw a square because I think that helps me. So I have a square, and remember our square, all my sides are the same. I have 20 feet of fencing. Well, I can count. I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Okay, if I have 4 sides and 20 feet of fencing, 20 divided by 4 is simply going to be 5 feet per side. So I have to make my sides, it have to be 5. But that's not what it's asking me. It's asking me what is the area of the largest garden. So what's the area of this square? Again, to find the area is just my side length squared. In this case, my side length is 5. So 5 squared, 5 times 5. The area is 25 and my unit is feet. So it's square feet is my final answer. What problem? So now I have a square garden. Remember, we keep telling you it's very important that we know that it is square and not rectangular. Garden has an area of 125 square feet. I want to surround it with a fence to keep animals out. How much fencing do I need? Well, all I know is the area of my garden. If the area of my garden is 125 square feet, then each side is going to be the square root of that. So each side is the square root of 125, which is about 11.18 if I put it into my calculator. So that's how long each side is, but the problem is I don't need to know the side. I need to know how much fencing I need. Well, I need to fence all 4 sides, so I could do 11.18 times 4 to find the amount of fencing I need. And I'm just going to put that into my calculator. Easy enough, 11.18 times 4 gives me 44.72 feet. And that's my answer. I found the square root of my area, and then I multiplied it times 4 for the 4 sides. Okay, try your work in class, and if you have any questions, let me know.